YouTube, what is going on? Back with my latest video. So today I want to talk about what the title of the video says: are Funko Pops dying? And before people get scared, the short answer in my opinion is no, not really. But I'm going to touch on a couple things of why I'm bringing this topic up, what I think can be done, and why the reason I think this is the case in the first place. So let's get right into it and see what I think. Here we go.
Listen, been in the game for a minute, clocking in because it's time to get down to business. Stunting is a habit, on me I'm good at it. Ask around town, I'm known as the Popsavage.
Alright guys, before we get into this video, please smash that like button down below. Let me know you guys are enjoying these videos, and as always, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hit subscribe button down below as well so you updates my most recent content, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted as soon as I post a new video. So if you're new to this channel, what I like to try to do every Saturday is I like to talk about the financial side of Funko Pops, things that I think are going to go up in value over time, and topics like this that I think are important to talk about as well. So let's back up a little bit, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of why this topic came up and why I'm choosing to address it now. Before I suggest Funko Pops I think will go up long term, I think this is a very important topic to talk about. So I get a lot of messages daily from you guys on Instagram. I apologize if I don't get to some of your messages, but the overwhelming amount of messages I get are people talking about how they're just not as excited about the things Funko is doing right now as far as the Pops releasing, the events they're throwing, and things of that nature. So I thought that, maybe that's just a small sample size, and maybe it's just those certain individuals that aren't as excited. So I put a poll out on my Instagram yesterday to see if it was the case for the whole of the community that follows me. And the poll said that 44% people weren't as excited about Funko this time this year as they were this time last year. And that's an overwhelmingly high number when 44% of people who are into Funko Pops are not as excited about the product as they were this time last year. Now I know that's a small sample size by just people who follow me, but that's a lot. I mean, that's a whole lot of people that are not as excited with Funko, and I think there's a couple reasons why they may not be as excited. Again, I'm not speaking for them. I'm speaking from how I feel personally, and I just want to kind of give you guys my opinion. I know this is just maybe controversial because the majority of people are still as excited, but I think it's important for everybody to understand what's going on, and kind of leaving this up to open discussion and tell your thoughts in the comment section below. So feel free to disagree or agree in the comment section below, but here are my thoughts. So the first thing I think that is making people less excited about Funko this year as they were last year is space. So myself, it takes a lot for me to decide to purchase Funko Pops now because I've run out of space. I don't have any space at all in this room, and running out of space and storage as well. So I get very, very picky when it comes to Funko Pops, and the ones that they've made haven't been all that interesting to take up space and replace it with have something in my collection be replaced by it. So I feel like we've all been collecting for a good amount of time, or most of us have, and when you get to that point where space is an issue, you become more and more picky, and Funko just honestly hasn't been delivering with the Funko Pops and characters they've dropped recently. And I think that kind of lends people to believe things aren't as good, whereas if there was space, I think they would be picking it up. That's how I was, before I had limited space, I'd pick up almost anything that seemed interesting to me, but now I'm a little bit more picky, and I get less excited about certain things. I think that may be one thing driving people to be less excited about the things that are coming out recently. The second thing I think that may be leading people to not be as into Funko Pops is I don't think Funko themselves is pushing Funko Pops as much as they were before. Going back to the space issue, Funko's been pushing NFTs a lot recently. I mean, they're diving really deep into this as something they really want to push, and I think that does help resolve the space issue by having a digital Funko Pop. Now, a lot of people aren't feeling those at all, but there's a lot of energy by Funko being put into the NFT space and also the sodas. If you ever look at Funko's Twitter, they're promoting sodas way more than they are promoting the pop lines right now, and promoting NFTs as well. So I think when you put energy into something, it's only human and only possible outcome that the things you're putting the most energy is going to make something else suffer. So I think Funko Pops might be you know, the recipient of the less energized product in the moment. And I think that could be the case. I think they're pushing these other products, which from a business perspective, I think is good. You can't be a long-term business, long-term hobby by just having one product line. So in a way, I see why Funko's doing it, but that also might be a leading contributor why people think that Funko Pops are currently cold right now. And the third reason I think that may seem like Funko is really cold and dying right now is there's other options out there. I mean, the reason why I brought this subject up to you guys is on my timeline, majority of people are not posting Funko Pops anymore. There's a lot of people posting, what's it, Tiny Ghost and the little Yeti monster thing. I don't know what they're called, Abominable something. You know, comic books, you know, Pokemon, U2s, whatever it may be. There's other options out there right now that people seem to be gravitating towards now to take up more of the space in their collection. When you do have a limited space, you don't want to just collect all of one thing sometimes, and you want to collect something else and you make space for it. So I think all these things together are contributing to it feeling like Funko is cold right now. And, you know, like I said before in the past, I've come from other collecting hobbies such as sneakers and Pokemon before, and the same kind of thing happened. You know, with sneakers, I remember years ago doing a video on the same exact topic about is the sneaker game dead? And at the time I kind of said the same thing, that it's just changing. It's changing, and also I think the community is also evolving as well. And, you know, that video was years ago. The sneaker game is more prevalent and thriving than it was then. And Pokemon, the same thing, you know. We grew up, you know, anybody was my age collecting Pokemon. It got replaced by Yu-Gi-Oh at some point, or at least the people around me. And we grew up, we got into college, we weren't into Pokemon cards and stuff anymore, so we had a cold period. You know, anybody was telling you they collected Pokemon cards at my age and, you know, was in college is a rare thing because people weren't doing it then. And then it got back into being hot again. And I think Funko might be going through the same and similar wave as those two hobbies, where it's cold right now because people aren't as excited, but the new generation of collectors behind us who've been collecting for years are more excited. They're buying more stuff, and I think there are still people who are energized. So I say all this to say I think it's cold. I think Funko collecting is cold right now, and that's okay. You know, things can't always be hot, and I think that it will come back hotter than ever. And I think that it's just the lessons I've learned from the other hobbies is to stay the course. That's why I always suggest things on this segment every single week for long term. It's not for a quick flip or anything like that. I think Funko in general, being a collectible, is here to stay. I think people are really much into it, and I think as long as you stay the course, I think that Funko is still gonna be fun. Funko's always gonna change, and there's always gonna be something there for everybody to collect. But I do think there are 3 things they can do currently to improve, and I want to talk about those real quick. So again, these are just my opinions. These are the 3 things I think Funko can do to improve, and I think they would definitely help the longevity and maybe even the short term of the hobby. First thing I think Funko should do is take a break. I think Funko is making too many products right now, and with people, like I said before, limited space, limited interest, and the Pops honestly are just not that interesting. I think it's time for Funko to take a break, take a back seat. It's the same thing that happened with sneakers. They were dropping ridiculous looking colorways of shoes. They were stupid ideas, and they just kind of stopped releasing stuff every week for a while and kind of reset and recalibrated on what the market wanted. And I think that's what Funko needs to do as well. We shouldn't be getting blacklight everything like we got chrome everything, and there's something else we're gonna get everything of. I think Funko just needs to take a step back, you know, drops the stuff that people are asking for instead of just making something every week to make money. The more they space out the releases, the more I think people will be interested, and the more I think Funko will be able to sustain long-term growth with their community. The second thing I think Funko needs to do, and it's something only maybe I feel like it's such a problem, but it just bothers me so much, is to identify your audience. I just feel like sometimes Funko just is catering to 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds and also 10-year-olds at the same time, and it's just kind of really hard to do so. I think, you know, it's definitely a good idea to try to capture the next generation, the younger kids, you know, to be, you know, in the position we are now, as being older collectors when they have the money to do so. But I don't feel like they do that at all. I don't feel like they're making things for kids, you know. There's a Paw Patrol movie out right now. There's no Paw Patrol Pops. There's no Peppa Pig Pops. There's no Pops that I think are out there for kids. But also, when they do stuff for the adults, it seems like they're marketing it to kids. And it just is weird to me. Maybe it's something that only I see or feel, but let me know in the comment section below if you think it. But it just seems like Funko is always catering to nobody. And I just feel like they need to identify who their core audience is. And I feel like if they do that, they're better able to make the products that that audience wants. And last but not least, it coincides with the last one I made. I think Funko needs to listen to the community more. I think there's so many people involved in this community that are outside of their little fan club group that they don't really listen to. I don't think Funko features enough YouTubers, Instagrammers, whatever it may be, you know, on their platform. You know, there's so many people who influence their product for free that I don't think they really tap into and listen to them or the community as a whole as far as what they would like to see Funko do. Every time I see Funko getting involved as far as promoting somebody, it's celebrities. And I don't feel like celebrities are the right vehicle to make Funko a big success. You know, Scarlett Johansson might post a picture of a Black Widow pop, but I don't think there's as many people that got into Funko Pops from Scarlett Johansson as people are into getting the Funko Pops by Top Pops or something like that. So I think Funko really needs to tap in and take handle of the content creators, the Instagram, YouTubers, TikTok, whatever it may be. I think that is the way to get your product out to other people, because those are the influencers that are promoting your product. So those are my opinions. Again, it's probably controversial. I know 56% of you guys don't agree that Funko is cold or dying at all. But me personally, I feel like it's cold. It's not making me stop collect Funko Pops at all. I still get very excited when I see Funko Pops for the things I want. But I do understand the people who constantly hit me up that are not excited at all. And I think that these fixes may help alleviate those concerns. So that's my opinion. Let me know what that lands for you. Again, I'm not offended by anything you guys put in the comment section, so drop down your honest thoughts down below, and I'll be happy to hear. And hopefully this gets to Funko, and you know, they hear out me and you guys in the comment section below to make the necessary changes to make this hobby, you know, even better than it always was. So thanks so much for listening to me rant, I guess. Drop down a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Check me out on my Instagram at ThePopSavage. You can stay connected there too. And also check me out on my second channel at Savage Breaks, where I do Pokemon and sports cards as well. Thanks again for watching, guys. I do appreciate your support as always. Until next time, I'll see you later.